Students, I welcome you on my channel once again. Students, as you know, we are doing ninth class math, chapter number 3, logarithms. We'll do question number 1 and its fifth part today. Students, in the previous video, I did second part for you. Before we start the solution, if you want to make maths easy for you, quickly subscribe my channel so that you could get all the notifications of my next videos. So let's do this question. Students, in the question it is written, use log tables to find the value of this number. This is a complex number or a fraction. To solve it by logarithmic tables, first of all, we have to let it equal to x. We have to put this whole number equal to x. 1.23 into 0.6975 whole over 0.0075 into 1278. Then we have to take log on both sides. Taking log on both sides. According to the first and second laws of logarithm, we'll express it according to the first and second laws of logarithm. So first of all, students will apply second law of logarithm. So according to second law of logarithm, we'll write log with the numerator. Then, first of all, we'll write numerator with the log, and for the denominator, we'll put minus sign between them, and we'll write log with the denominator as well. First of all, we have applied second law of logarithm. Now, we'll apply first law of logarithm separately in these two terms. So, students, log with this term, with this number 1.23, and then they are multiplying. When first law will be applied upon this, then there will be plus sign between both logs. It is 0.6975, and then students, because there is a minus sign here, so we'll put a bracket here, large bracket we can put, and we'll apply first law of logarithm, and it will be written separately with the log, and there will be plus sign here. Now we have applied both the laws, first and second. Now let's find their logarithm, but before we find logarithm using log tables, we have to express it more. Log 1.23 will be written as it is, and log 0.6975 will also be written same. Then this bracket or large bracket will be removed to open this minus sign to these two terms. So students will write log 0.0075 and this minus sign will change this plus sign into minus. So in place of plus we'll write minus, because this minus sign is multiplied inside the bracket. 12, 7, 8. We can use this space on the whiteboard. Students, how to find log of this number 1.23? First of all, we find characteristic in the number. So the point is right after one number, or there is one number or non-zero number before the decimal. So its characteristic would be, we'll write here log x is equal to, first of all we'll write its characteristic, because one number is before the decimal, so its characteristic is 0. If there would be two numbers before the decimal, the characteristic would be 1, and so on. It will increase in the same way. So we'll see this number, we'll check logarithm in the book. There are tables behind the book, and there are two types of tables, students. One of logarithms and the second one is anti-logarithms table. We'll see it in the table of logarithms. So students, now we'll see 12. Ignoring decimal, we'll see 12 in 3. Students, you can see there are numbers starting from 10. So after 10, 11, 12, there is a row of 12. In front of 12 there are numbers in a row. We'll see 12 in 3 column. Column number 3 is here, and we'll see 12 in column 3. It is 0899. 0899. So we'll write after point 0899. Now let's find the logarithm of this number. First of all, see, there is one number before decimal, but it is not a non-zero number, it is zero number. So if the point would be here, the characteristic would be 0, as we have written there in the first number. So it is before that first non-zero number, so its characteristic would be -1. Students, its characteristic is -1, and point. After point, now there are non-zero numbers. So we have 4 numbers before after the decimal. So we'll check 69 in 7, and there is a difference of 5. The fourth number gives us difference. So we'll see 69 in 7. So we can see here there are 2 pages of table of logarithm. First one and the second one. We have to check 69 in 7. So students, 69 in 7 is 84 and 32. And its difference we have to check. This portion represents the difference, mean differences column. So we have to see it in 5. So it is 3. If we add 3 into this number 84 and 32, it will become 8435. So we'll write here 8435. Now students, we have to check the logarithm of this number 0.0075. First of all, we'll write minus sign here. Now see, the non-zero number, first non-zero number is 7, but the point or decimal is before, it is before two zeros. So if point would be here after 7, the characteristic would be 0, but gradually if comes back, if it comes back, so by counting them one by one we'll get here it will be 0, and if it is before 7 the characteristic would be -1. If it is here the characteristic would be -2, but it is before two numbers, two zeros, so the characteristic of this number is -3. Now we have to check 75 into what? 75, we have to see its log. We have to check it in the table of logarithm. 75, there is no number, but there is always a 0 after the decimal. So 75 would be checked in 0. So you can see here in the book, here is 75 and there is a column of 0 as well. So students will check it in 0. It is 8751. Because there is no next number, so we'll write the same number. There will be no difference of any number. So 75's logarithm number or mantissa, we can call it mantissa, would be 8751. 8751. And now students, the last number, it is 1278. As you can see, there is no decimal in this number, but if there is no decimal in any number, students, there is always a decimal in all numbers. So the decimal of this number is at the end, which is invisible. It is not seen or it is not written in the end of the number, but there is always a decimal after every number. As I have explained you, there is a decimal after these four numbers. So what would be its characteristic? Check as I have explained you. If the decimal or point is after one number, one non-zero number, the characteristic would be 0. If it is here after two numbers, the characteristic would be 1. If it is after three numbers, characteristic would be 2. It is after four numbers, so its characteristic is 3. So we'll write here -3 point. Now students, we have to check its logarithm. We have to check this number into table of logarithms. So it is 12 in 7. It is on the first page of the table. As we have seen here 12 in 3, we have to check 12 into 7th column. So you can see here 12 in 7th column. This is 7th column and its number is 1038. And now we have to check its difference as well. Its difference is in column 8 of mean differences column, and its difference is 27. If we add 27 in 1038, 1038 plus 27 will get 1065. So this is how we find logarithm of numbers using log tables. Now students, we have to add and subtract these numbers, but there are two problems here with minus signs. So we'll express them first. Students will write here 0.0899 plus. Now we'll express this number in bracket minus 1 plus 0.8435. We'll write it in bracket first. In the same way, this number with the minus characteristic, we'll write it in this way, minus 3 plus 0.8751. It will be written in bracket as well, minus 3.1065 as it is. Now we'll write it once again, same, and check. Now we have to open this. It will become plus minus minus 1 plus 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 0.8435. We'll open this bracket as well, minus minus plus 3 and minus plus minus. This number will become minus and this last number will be written same again. So now students, we can add and subtract them. If we add these two numbers first, or we can add this one also, but to not make you confused, I will add them separately. 14, 13, 13 again, 9 and 0. So by adding these two numbers, we'll get 0.9334. Now check, this is minus 1 and this is plus 3. By subtracting these two, we'll get plus 2. And now we have to add these two numbers with minus sign. If two numbers have minus signs, both will be added. They will be added. 6, 11 and 8, 9.3. But minus sign will be written. 3.9816. Now we have got these three numbers, students. First of all, add this 2 into this number because both have plus signs. So it will become 2.9334 minus 3.9816. Now if we subtract these two numbers, we'll get 6 minus 2, 4 is 2, 11 minus 3 is 8, and 7 minus 3 is 4, and 0 and 1 with minus sign, because the bigger number has minus sign. So here we'll get minus 1.0482. So students, finally we have got log x. But now we have to solve it further by taking anti-log on both sides. We always take anti-log of a positive number. So here we have to change the sign of mantissa. We have to change this minus sign is both with the characteristic and mantissa. So we have to change this sign positive or plus sign with mantissa. We need that. So to do that, we have to erase from this side. Now students, before we take anti-log of this number, we'll change the sign of mantissa. This is minus. We have to add bigger number than this number, the characteristic. 1 is characteristic, so the bigger number is 2. We'll add and subtract. So we'll write minus 2 and plus 2 and minus 1.0482. Now it will change into separate numbers. This number will be subtracted from plus 2 and minus 2 will be separated. So students, minus 2, and if we subtract this number from the 2.000, 4 times 0, so we'll subtract. Let's check what we'll get. If we borrow 1 from this number 2, we'll get here 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 is left here. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 is left here also. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 is left here also. 9 will be written as it is because there is 0 under it. And 1 is left here. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this number will get is a positive number or a number with the plus sign. Now we can find its anti-log, but first of all we have to write this minus 2 in this form. This minus sign will be written upon this number 2 as a bar, and we'll write it in this way, 2.9518. So students, now we'll take anti-log of this number multiplied by anti-log multiplied by log x is equal to anti-log of 2 minus 0.9518. Now students, we can find its anti-log. First of all, we have to know that we keep that in mind. In logarithm, you ignore decimal when you look into the table. When you use logarithmic table, we ignore decimal. But when we check the anti-logarithmic table, students, we take number after the decimal. The number which is written after the decimal will start from this number 95. Will not see 29 in 5, but will see 95 in 1 and difference in 8. First column and difference in 8th column. So check, this is table of anti-logarithms. So we have to check 95. It would be on the second page of table of anti-logarithm. It is 95 here, we have to check it in 1. It is 89 and 33. 89 and 33, and the difference is in 8. So we'll check the area of difference. It is 17. If we add 17 into 89 33, 89 33 plus 17 will get 10 4 5 9 89 50. Students will get 8950 anti-logarithm of this number. So we'll write here 8950. But now the characteristic is -2. So we'll put a decimal in this number according to the characteristic. So students, its anti-logarithmic number is 8950. Now this characteristic, we have minus characteristic. It means we have to put its decimal back into this number. Student, if the characteristic would be 0, the point will write here after one number from the left hand side. But if we comes backward, before 0 it is -1. If the characteristic is -1, we put point before 8. But here we have -2 characteristic, so we'll put 1 0 before that number, and then we put a decimal. So this is how to find the value of a complex fraction by using logarithmic tables. Students, I hope you have understood it very well. If you want to make maths easy for you, I suggest quickly subscribe my channel and don't forget to press bell icon so that you could get all the notifications of my next coming videos. So students, that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. God bless you all.